Welcome to BiancaVigna. We are located in Ogliano, in the historic city of Conegliano, in the wonderful area of Conegliano Valdobbiadene. These beautiful hills have become a Unesco World Heritage Site in 2019 in the category of Cultural Landscape, which counts only 10 sites worldwide. This is the historical production area of Conegliano Valdobbiadene Prosecco Superiore DOCG. The soils of Conegliano Valdobbiadene have a very ancient origin, deriving from the rising of sea and lake beds. The east part of the appellation was remodeled by the glacier of Dolomites, which brought various sediments downhill. The resulting soils are deep and are made up by conglomerates of rock and sands, containing a lot of clay. This is the terroir of Rive di Ogliano. In the west part, unaffected by the glaciers, the soils remain of marine origin, composed of marls and sandstone, less deep and more porous, and this is the terroir of Rive di Soligo. The works in our vineyards in the Conegliano Valdobbiadene area are carried out entirely by hand to preserve the health of vine and ensure that every grape arrives at the winery in perfect condition. Over 600 hours of manual labor are required to cultivate a vineyard in this area, 4 times as long as it takes using modern mechanized methods. This harvest in this year, 2024, is a testament of our commitment to tradition and quality. Every grape is carefully picked up by hand, and we would love to share with you the story of how the 2024 harvest unfolded step by step from the vineyard to the winery.
2024 was a year full of challenges here in the hills of Conegliano Valdobbiadene. This season, leading up to the 2024 harvest, was characterized by a very wet spring, particularly between April and May, with 3 times the average amount of rain, as shown in the graph. This is one of the many expressions of the climate change we are experiencing. In the last 60 years, such high rainfall levels as in the last few years had never been seen. During summer period, we experienced the phenomenon of tropical nights, with temperatures during the day above 35 Celsius degrees, which during the night did not fall below 20 Celsius degrees, with an impact on the acidity of the grapes. Despite these challenges, the vine once again demonstrated its extraordinary resilience. Harvest began on the 10th September and lasted about 2 weeks. The Glera grapes harvested stood out for their high quality and healthiness, thanks in part to the abrupt temperature fluctuation in the last pre-harvest period, which played a decisive role in contributing to a particularly interesting aromatic profile for our wines.
Here we are on the Monticella Hill in Conegliano, in the east part of the denomination, where the grapes for our Conegliano Valdobbiadene Prosecco Superiore DOCG Rive di Ogliano are cultivated. In our vineyards, the harvest is carried out entirely by hand, to preserve the grapes intact until their arrival at the winery, and to ensure the health of the vines. This year's harvest was quite challenging, as it rained some days and temperatures dropped. Here we are in San Gallo Hill, in the west part of the denomination, where the family's historic vineyard is located. This is where the grapes for our Conegliano Valdobbiadene Prosecco Superiore Rive di Soligo DOCG are cultivated. Here, aeraric harvest takes place, totally by hand and with a slope of almost 70%. From the vineyard, the grapes are brought to the cellar, and here they are pressed very softly to obtain the best must. In the tanks in the basement, each vineyard is vinificated separately from the others, and after the first fermentation, we obtain the base wine.
Today, we are going to discover a fundamental step in the creation of wine. We are going to taste the base wines with our winemaker, Enrico. This is a very special moment when we can taste the wine at its origin before it becomes wine. Tasting the bases allows us to access the quality and potential of each component of the finished wine and is therefore very important. The longevity of a wine is strongly influenced by the quality and characteristics of the base wine. Its quality depends on several factors. First of all, the work in the vineyards and the care of the vine, then the work in the cellar, pressing, vinification, etc.
Siamo nella sala di prima fermentazione. Qui arriva il mosto dalle presse che abbiamo nella parte superiore, il mosto viene subito pulito e poi si avvia alla prima fermentazione con lieviti selezionati autoctoni. La prima fermentazione dura circa 15-20 giorni, gli zuccheri del mosto vengono trasformati in alcol e il mosto pian pianino diventa vino. Poi rimane, dopo i primi travasi, rimane sulle proprie fece fini, sulle proprie creme fino a gennaio-febbraio. Ogni vigneto viene vendemmiato e vinificato singolarmente e soprattutto il Rive di Ogliano, dai vigneti di Ogliano nel comune di Conegliano, viene vinificato singolarmente, fermentato e adesso andiamo ad assaggiarlo. Il vino 2024 si presenta ancora leggermente velato, con i propri lieviti fini in sospensione. Andiamo a sentire gli aromi al naso. Aromi fruttati di mela, di pera e anche leggera banana. Al gusto. In bocca ha un gusto molto pieno, un'ottima acidità e anche qui degli aromi leggermente speziati e di frutta bianca. Già dal primo assaggio si può intuire, grazie all'acidità e alla struttura, la base per un ottimo spumante 2024.
Professor Luigi Moio is an internationally renowned enologist and professor of oenology at the Federico II University in Naples. He held a tasting of the bases at the Consortium for the Protection of Conegliano Valdobbiadene Prosecco DOCG, among which was our Rive di Ogliano Conegliano Valdobbiadene DOCG Wine Base 2024. He commented very positively on our base. Let's listen to his comment.
Di quest'anno sono davvero molto buone.
The bases are very good, technically perfect, very clean, and dense and complex in taste examination. I think that from the bases analyzed there will be excellent wines.
Davvero degli ottimi vini legati a quest'annata.
This is the comment of Diego Tomasi, director of the consortium. It was a very interesting moment in which Conegliano Valdobbiadene had the opportunity to reflect on itself, highlighting its ability to evolve, far beyond the common label of a simple and immediate wine. It is a wine with a complex personality and a depth to be discovered. Conegliano Valdobbiadene is not a solo wine, that is one with a strong, aromatic, characterful imprint, but rather an orchestral wine. Its aroma is a complex harmony of scents, elegant, refined. It has no timber, and it becomes even more so when it finds the ideal production method, the Martinotti method, and environment, our hills. With the right conditions, it can become a long-lived wine.
We can't wait to discover the fruit of this fantastic journey and to toast with you. Follow us to stay updated. Cheers!